getting creative with plants. I don't know if you remember, last week I told you about how I went to this wedding and the star of the show were succulents, beautiful succulents everywhere, in the bride's bouquet, on the table centerpieces, and even the guests got to take home a little succulent. So we decided, since succulents are so much the it plant right now and everybody is so into them, we also decided to kind of try to recreate that wedding here right in our studio. So we went ahead and we actually made a few bouquets that I think are stunning. This one is so gorgeous. I love it, these deep purple hues, but the thing that is so cool about this, it's such an eclectic mix. You guys, you can be as creative as you want. Pick any flowers that talk to you. But what I love here is we have this gorgeous purplish tone in this succulent. Then we use these ornamental peppers because it's fall right now, and there are some beautiful fall weddings coming up, and these ornamental peppers really have a whimsical look to this bouquet. Then we added perennial sedum, which is in bloom in the fall as well. Rosemary for a little touch of scent and also just texture. And then look at this gorgeous purple dahlia. But then what I think is really, really cool is that we went and added cabbage in here. I really think the cabbage kind of has the same look as the succulents, so I thought that they would pair really nicely together, and I think that makes a really, really beautiful bouquet for any bride. I think that's really neat and different. You know what's kind of cool too, as I'm standing here, I'm just looking at this. This is one of the air plants. I think we showed this in one of our other videos. But look at this alone. This alone would make a beautiful bride's bouquet for a simple classic wedding. So, and the most easy care plant ever is that air plant. Then we also made another bouquet here, which using the same idea. Get creative, guys. Think outside of the box. We used kale, we used cabbage, hydrangeas, which are in season now this fall. Then we also went and used the succulents and the perennial sedum, and once again those whimsical ornamental peppers. That makes such a stunning and really neat. Nobody else is going to have a bouquet like that. We even tucked in an air plant in the top just for a little extra. Then here's another look to a wedding bouquet. Actually, I'll take this one right out. We just wrapped it with burlap and a little lace. This one we used some of the ornamental grasses with it. These hydrangeas that are turning that beautiful, beautiful pink hue. And then we've got the sedum, the air plants. Once again, succulents are part of the star of this bouquet. And then with this gorgeous, we showed you this really like rusty air plant last time. I love that. So this is really a way to think outside of the box. Use plants that are in season. Also use plants that are really low maintenance, like the air plants and the succulents. Okay, so now this is us really, really making this cake come alive. We're gonna use plants. Plants make people happy, guys. So it's such a good idea to take a wedding cake, add plants to it, because that is such a happy day for everybody, and everybody loves plants. So here we decided to decorate with succulents. We added a few in already, and then as we go, you can just really pick and choose which ones you like, what texture you like, which color you like. So let's just add a few at the base here. This one has a really neat sort of starfish look to it. And also, we want to make sure that we top it with something a little more dynamic. And I showed you this before. Look at this gorgeous succulent with its blue tones. We could tuck this right on top of our cake. We don't really have to be precise. Guys, I'm not a cake decorator. I'm just gonna go with this and see what comes out, and we really can't go wrong when we're working with plants. Here's another beautiful succulent. Just tuck this in with that one. Then this succulent has a really nice rosy tone to it, so I think that'll really add a lot to it. And then just for whimsy, we can add an air plant because air plants are so easy. And remember, succulents and air plants need so little water, so there's not much you need to do. I think that alone makes a beautiful topper for a cake. Then we can keep adding. Add anything you like. We can pick more succulents. We can just stick them in to the tiers of the cake. We can add a few of these loose succulent leaves that are softer. These are a little bit fuzzy, and they add a little bit more texture. Add in a few more succulents along the front at the base. And look at that. That is so simple and beautiful. It literally takes a couple of minutes to do it. Then though, if you really want to add more color to your cake, you can do that too. Here's one of the things that I like so much about succulent plants. They come in these subtle blues and greens and rosy tones that really go with any color. So it's fall, so I'm going to stick with that fall theme for our fall wedding. And why don't we pluck in a few of these gorgeous mums in this sort of rusty tone. Add that. So if you're a bride who really likes color in your bouquet, you can go right ahead and do that. I just cut up a few of these mums. I'm just tucking them in just to add a little bit more color. We can take a nice stalk of the mum, put it right at the base. And look at this ornamental pepper again. I love these. I think they're so cool. And I love the orange of the mum with the purple of the ornamental pepper. And you know, here's the thing, sky's the limit. You could do anything you want. You can use any color you want. You can get as creative as you want. You could put as few plants on here. You could put a ton of plants on here. It's all up to you. This is your special day, and all we're doing is encouraging you to use plants, to get creative with them, and think outside of the box. Thanks a bunch. See you next time.